What if Andor isn't just telling a story about a galaxy far, far away, but is actually mirroring our world? There are no Jedi in Andor, no grand villains in dark robes, just a slow, creeping takeover by a system that tightens its grip bit by bit, until people believe that resistance is impossible. Andor isn't just one of the best Star Wars shows, it's one of the most important ones, because it shows us how authoritarian rule really happens. And if we look around in the world in which we live, this is happening right now in our world. And what I love about Andor is that it keeps showing us that small acts of rebellion really matter and can make a difference. Hey, I'm Father Roderick. I'm a priest and I'm a geek, and I love to share with you the deeper layers of the stories that we love. And today we need to talk about Andor because it is holding up a mirror to our world in a way that is honestly a little scary. Let's talk about the way in which Andor portrays the rise of authoritarianism. Tyranny does not start with stormtroopers marching through the streets. In Andor, it starts with something much smaller. Things that people barely notice. In Andor, it begins with corporate security, not the Empire itself. Local enforcers abusing their power, cutting corners, covering for each other. Cassian kills 2 corrupt officers and suddenly the system overreacts. More control, more surveillance, more force. Small injustices get ignored until they become normal. And then the real Empire steps in. New laws, harsher sentences, fewer rights. 1 minute Cassian is a fugitive, and the next he's being arrested for literally nothing and sentenced to 6 years in a high-tech labor prison. No trial, no defense, no way out. And that's exactly how authoritarianism takes hold. Not with a dramatic coup, but with a slow tightening of the system. The rules change, people adapt, and before they know it, they're trapped. Most people in Andor don't fight back, not because they support the Empire, but because they think that resistance is pointless. The prisoners in Narkina 5, they believe if they just keep their heads down, they'll get out. Until they realize the horrible truth. No one is getting out. They're already doomed. They just didn't know it yet. And that's the real danger of authoritarian rule. It convinces people that fighting back will only make things worse, that it's better to comply, that they have no choice. But Andor reminds us they do. The biggest lesson in Andor is that rebellion does not start with grand gestures. It starts with small choices. Nemik's manifesto says it best. Tyranny requires constant effort. The minute people start pushing back, the whole system wobbles. Think of Marva's speech. She doesn't pick up a blaster, she simply tells people to wake up, and they do. Think of Kino Loy, the prison leader. At first he enforces the system, and then he realizes the truth. He gives people hope. He leads them to freedom, even though he knows that he can't escape himself. None of these people started out as heroes. They were just people who decided to stop being afraid. And that's how real change begins. The reason that Andor hits so hard is because it's not just about a galaxy far, far away. It's about us. It's about how power is seized, not in one big event, but step by step. It's about how fear keeps people in line until someone stands up. And it's about how resistance isn't about one big hero, but about ordinary people making small, brave choices. Because here's the truth. Tyranny only works if people let it. And that is why Andor is more than just Star Wars. It's a reminder that the smallest act of courage matters. That even in the darkest times, someone, anyone, can stand up and say no. And when enough people do that, the system falls apart. So watch Andor. Pay attention. And most importantly, when you see injustice, don't stay silent. Be a rebel. Even if you're just a farm boy from Tatooine, your small actions can change the future of the galaxy. If you love these kinds of deep dives, subscribe to my newsletter at fatherroderick.com/free and follow for more.